Hi, boys and girls. This week I'm trying something different where instead of using my whiteboard, I'm actually going to do a screencast. So you'll be able to see all of my work here on this screen. But to start, we're going to talk about social awareness. And one of the things I want to focus on is active listening. So although you're not going to be able to see my face for the rest of the screencast, when we're an active listener, we listen to the person's tone of voice. We try to make eye contact. We watch our posture. We look at their facial expressions. We see if they use gestures or they use their hands. And all of this helps us to better understand the person or better understand the situation. Now, I want you to be an active listener and think about, what is my posture? Am I looking? Am I paying attention to the screencast? But I really want you to think about active listening during your Zoom classes. We talk about this a lot during school, but I'm noticing some of us are slumping, or we're in bed, or we're fidgeting with toys while we're on Zooms with our classmates, and we're not really being active listeners. So I want you guys to think about this during your Zoom this week, and I want you to report back. What we are going to be doing this week is we are going to be talking about finding the area and the perimeter of a rectangle. We already know that a square is considered a rectangle. So when I say rectangle, we're talking about rectangles and we're talking about squares. The area is the space inside. It's this gray part inside of the rectangle. I see here that my width is 3 centimeters and my length is 5 centimeters. So I could fit 5 boxes across the bottom and I could fit 3 along the side. My area is going to tell me how many boxes would it take to cover the entire gray area. And I find this by multiplying 3 times 5, my length, L, times my width. And when I multiply 3 times 5, I get 15. So my area for this rectangle is 15 centimeters squared. This floating 2 is a squared symbol. We can also write out the word squared. Here I have a square, which means that my length and my width are equal. My length is 4 and my width is 4 centimeters. So when I multiply those, I get 16 centimeters squared, which means 16 little squares that are 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter would fit into this square. Now this time I'm given the area equals 77 feet, and I'm trying to find, what's this missing side? What does this red question mark equal? Well, if I know that 77 is my length or my area, and I know that 11 is my length, what is my width? Well, I have to use the opposite or the inverse operation. What operation undoes multiplication or is the opposite of multiplication? Division. So I'm going to say, okay, 77 divided by 11 is, 7. So let me try 7 on this side. 7 times 11, that's going to get me 77. So that is true. So my width on this side, the question mark, equals 7 feet. Now let's move on to perimeter. The perimeter is this thick green line, or bluish green line around. It's as if I wanted to put a fence around something. So here I'm using the same rectangle as before, and I'm saying that the width, or this side, is 7 feet and this side is 11 feet. So I want to know how much space is around the entire rectangle. Well, I know if this side on the left is 7 feet, then the opposite side, this side, must be 7 feet. And I know that if the bottom is 11 feet, the top must be 11 feet. So I have to take all of these, which I did over here, 7 plus 11 plus 7 plus 11. Don't add more than 2 numbers up at once because we can make mistakes. So we add 7 plus 11, which is 18, 7 plus 11, which is 18, and 18 plus 18 gets me 36 feet. Notice my little thought bubble here. When you are labeling the perimeter, you do not put squared. You just put the measurement. So our measurement here is feet. Okay, let's do our last one. Find the perimeter